Forgiveness is often misunderstood as an act of compassion for the person who wronged us. In reality, true forgiveness is an act of strength, not weakness. It's not about excusing someone's harmful actions or pretending everything is fine. It's about cutting the emotional ties that keep us bound to the past and allowing ourselves to heal. Radical forgiveness is a process of freeing ourselves from the emotional hold of resentment, not because the other person deserves it, but because we deserve peace. Forgiveness is not about reconciling with the person who wronged you. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional hold that person has over you. True forgiveness allows you to reclaim your personal power and peace by choosing to let go of anger, resentment, and the need for revenge. It's about recognizing that by holding on to these emotions, we are only continuing to hurt ourselves. Radical forgiveness is not about ignoring the pain. It's about accepting it, processing it, and moving on for our own well-being. Many people believe that holding on to anger or seeking revenge is a form of justice, but in reality, it only prolongs our suffering. When we hold grudges, we're giving our energy and focus to the person or situation that hurt us. Revenge or resentment doesn't heal us. It keeps us trapped in the past. By engaging in these emotions, we are allowing others to control our emotional state. Radical forgiveness is about taking back control of your emotions and choosing peace instead of perpetuating conflict. It's a powerful decision to stop the cycle of pain. Anger is a toxic emotion that eats away at us from the inside. It can affect our physical health, distorting our thinking and clouding our judgment. Holding on to anger creates a constant state of stress, and over time, it wears us down. When we refuse to forgive, we allow that anger to control our lives, affecting our relationships, our peace of mind, and our overall well-being. Letting go of that anger isn't about being passive. It's about reclaiming our energy, health, and clarity. Forgiveness is an act of self-care and personal strength, not weakness. Forgiveness requires us to take responsibility for our emotional state. We can change how we respond to the actions of others. Radical forgiveness is about stopping the cycle of victimhood and realizing that we are not defined by the wrongs done to us. When we forgive, we're not saying what you did is okay, but rather, I choose not to be controlled by this anymore. It's a decision to release the emotional chains that keep us tied to the past hurts and to regain control over our mental and emotional health. Many people hold on to resentment because they believe the wrongdoer deserves punishment, or they feel that justice will make them feel better. The truth is, justice and forgiveness are separate. Justice serves society, but forgiveness serves the individual. You don't need the other person to acknowledge or apologize for your healing to begin. True forgiveness is about your own emotional freedom, not about seeking retribution. It's a powerful realization that you are not dependent on the actions of others to feel whole or at peace. It's important to understand that forgiveness does not mean you need to rebuild a relationship with the person who hurt you. In fact, sometimes the most empowering thing you can do is walk away from toxic people or situations without harboring any emotional baggage. You don't need to keep them in your life in any way. Forgiveness means you choose to let go of the emotional debt without re-engaging with the person who owes it. You can forgive without giving them any more space in your life, without allowing them to continue to affect your mental and emotional state. When we forgive, we create space for healing and growth. We release the emotional burden that holds us back, making room for new opportunities, healthier relationships, and a sense of peace that doesn't rely on someone else. Radical forgiveness clears the path for emotional freedom, allowing us to live a life on our own terms. It's a process of detaching ourselves from the past and stepping into a future that is no longer defined by past hurt or resentment. The more we forgive, the more empowered we become. Practicing forgiveness starts with acknowledging the hurt you've experienced. Recognize and accept that you were wronged, and allow yourself to feel the pain. This isn't about suppressing your emotions, but about facing them. Next, understand the source of the hurt. Try to see things from the other person's perspective, not as a way to excuse their behavior, but to detach emotionally from it. Release the need for revenge and recognize that it's not about the other person anymore. It's about your own healing. Finally, make a conscious decision to let go. This is an act of self-liberation, allowing you to move forward without the weight of resentment. Forgiveness is not about excusing someone else's actions. It's about choosing to let go of the emotional ties that bind you to them. It's about reclaiming your energy, your peace, and your power. Radical forgiveness means you're no longer defined by the pain caused by others. You are choosing to define yourself on your own terms, not by the actions of others. In doing so, you free yourself to move forward with a clear mind and an empowered heart. Radical forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts of self-liberation you can perform. It's not about being passive or weak. It's about taking control of your emotional state and choosing to live free from the past. You don't need to pretend the hurt didn't happen, and you don't need to rebuild a relationship with the person who caused it. What you need is to stop carrying the emotional burden of their actions and choose healing instead. In doing so, you free yourself to move forward with a clear mind and an empowered heart.